Putnam Valley is called the town of lakes for a reason. You've got Lake Oscawana, Fahnestock State Park, quiet wooded roads, and Cold Spring, Peekskill, Yorktown, and Mahopac all within reach. Some towns sell you on downtown. Putnam Valley sells you on a morning hike, an afternoon by the lake, and a quiet drive home through the trees. Putnam Valley is one of the Hudson Valley towns where the setting does a lot of the talking. You have lakes, trails, state parkland, wooded roads, and a quieter feel than many of the more built-up towns nearby. But you're not isolated. You're close to Cold Spring, Peekskill, Yorktown, Mahopac, Carmel, and the Taconic Corridor. I'm Jeffrey Hoffmann, and in this neighborhood spotlight, I'm going to show you what's around Putnam Valley, parks, lakes, restaurants, town vibe, and the nearby towns that add a lot to the lifestyle. And stay with me to the end because Putnam Valley's biggest strength is also the thing you want to understand before you buy here. Putnam Valley isn't the town you move to because you want a dense, walkable downtown outside your front door. You move here because you want space, trees, water, privacy, and that I can hear the wind in the leaves kind of quiet. The town describes itself as the town of lakes, and that fits. Putnam Valley includes lake communities, wooded roads, historic pockets, and a more rural Hudson Highlands feel. The town's own description points to Lake Oscawana, Peekskill Hollow Creek, Fahnestock State Park, and easy access to both Hudson Valley and New York City. So the vibe isn't flashy. It's more muddy boots by the door, coffee on the deck, a dog towel you swear you'll wash later, and a weekend plan that starts with, should we hike first or eat first? For buyers, I'd frame Putnam Valley this way. It's for people who want a quieter home base but still want options nearby. You may not have 25 restaurants on one main street in town, but you're within reach of several town centers that each bring something different. Putnam Valley sits in a really interesting pocket of Putnam County. You have Cold Spring nearby for Hudson River charm, Peekskill for restaurants and arts, Yorktown for everyday convenience, and Mahopac for more lake town options. So the lifestyle is quiet at home, but not disconnected. Putnam Valley's vibe is quiet, outdoorsy, residential, and lake-driven, with nearby towns doing a lot of the dining and day trip work. And the reason that lifestyle works starts with the outdoor access. For a lot of Putnam Valley buyers, outdoor access isn't a bonus, it's the point. This is where the town really punches above its weight. The big name here is Fahnestock State Park. It's a major outdoor anchor in the area. And New York State Parks describes it as a 15,000-acre park across Putnam and Dutchess counties with hiking trails, picnic areas, camping, boating, hunting, fishing, birding, Canopus Lake, Stillwater Lake, and Fahnestock Winter Park. That means you're not just getting a trail nearby. You're getting a full outdoor system. Hiking in warmer months, cross-country skiing and snowshoeing in winter, fishing and boating options, campgrounds, and that classic Hudson Valley thing where the road curves and trees open up and suddenly you remember why people leave the city on Fridays. Putnam Valley isn't a place where you have to manufacture a weekend. The weekend is kind of sitting there waiting for you. The Taconic Outdoor Education Center is also nearby and offers year-round programming by reservation, including environmental education, team building, maple sugaring, outdoor recreation, hiking trails, picnic areas, and winter activities. If you want a town where nature is part of the weekly routine, Putnam Valley delivers that in a very real way. But the lakes are what give Putnam Valley its identity. Lake lifestyle in Putnam Valley isn't one size fits all. That matters because near a lake, lake rights, lake view, and lake access can mean very different things from property to property. The town highlights Lake Oscawana as one of its defining features, and town district pages also reference Lake Peekskill, Roaring Brook Lake, Lake Oscawana, Barger Pond, Mill Pond, and other local districts. You also have Canopus Lake inside Fahnestock State Park, complete with a swimming beach, boat rentals, fishing, picnic areas, and related seasonal facilities. So when someone says, I want to be near the water, Putnam Valley gives you a few versions of that. A lake community feel, a weekend recreation feel, a private road tucked away feel, or a state park lake day. This is where I'd be careful and helpful. Before falling in love with a listing because it mentions a lake, verify whether there are lake rights, whether access is deeded, association-based, public, or nearby only, what fees or rules apply, whether boating, swimming, docks, or beach use are allowed, what your attorney and title work confirm. No legal advice here, but this is absolutely something to verify before making assumptions. Putnam Valley's lake lifestyle is a major draw, but lake access details need to be checked property by property. Now, after the hike and the lake day, you're going to want food. Let's talk restaurants. Putnam Valley itself is quieter, so the dining scene works more like a hub and spoke model. You have a few local go-tos, then you branch out to Cold Spring, Peekskill, Mahopac, Yorktown, Carmel, and Beacon, depending on what kind of night you want. In Putnam Valley, you can mention local spots like Pancho's, a Mexican restaurant located on 1 Oscawana Lake Road. You can also reference casual local pizza and takeout options like Nona's PV on Oscawana Lake Road, while noting restaurants and hours can change, so you should always check before heading out. Then nearby, Cold Spring gives you the classic Hudson River Village day. Main Street, antiques, shops, river views, and restaurants. Cold Spring Depot, for example, is located in historic downtown Cold Spring and describes itself as a year-round spot near the Hudson River and train. Peekskill gives you more of a lively rivertown feel, with restaurants, arts, music, coffee, and a more urban Hudson Valley energy. Yorktown and Jefferson Valley are practical. Groceries, everyday dining, shopping, errands, and Taconic-friendly convenience. Mahopac and Carmel add more Lake Town and Putnam County dining options. Beacon is a bigger food and arts day trip if you're willing to drive a bit further. Putnam Valley may be quiet, but your food options aren't limited to one town. The lifestyle is local when you want quiet and regional when you want dinner out. For dining, Putnam Valley is best understood as a peaceful home base with several nearby restaurant towns around it. And that brings us to one of the biggest lifestyle advantages here, the surrounding towns. Putnam Valley gets stronger when you zoom out. On its own, it's quiet, green, and residential, but nearby towns add waterfront walks, train access, bigger dining scenes, shopping, arts, and more hiking. Cold Spring is the postcard. It has Main Street shops, Hudson River views, restaurants, access to Hudson Highlands hiking, and Metro North service. Hudson Highlands State Park Preserve is based around Cold Spring and includes major trail access. Though it's important to note that Breakneck Ridge Trailhead and nearby areas began a planned 2-year closure on April 21st of 2025 for the Breakneck Connector and Bridge project. That's a current detail people should know before planning a hike. Cold Spring is still a huge lifestyle perk, but always check trail status before you go, especially around Breakneck. Peekskill brings more city energy. Restaurants, the riverfront, arts, music, coffee, and Metro North access. It's a good contrast to Putnam Valley's quieter feel. Yorktown, Jefferson Valley. This is the practical side. Shopping, errands, groceries, casual dining, and access to the Taconic. For daily life, this is a useful nearby hub. Mahopac and Carmel. These towns add more Putnam County convenience, lake energy, and dining options. Beacon. Beacon is farther, but it's one of the Hudson Valley's strongest day trip towns. Art, food, boutiques, coffee, and mountain views. Putnam Valley is the quiet home base, the surrounding towns are the lifestyle menu. The nearby towns make Putnam Valley feel less isolated and more flexible. Now here's the part you should understand before deciding if Putnam Valley is right for you. Every great location has a trade-off. In Putnam Valley, the trade-off is simple. You get nature, quiet, lakes, and space, but you may drive more for certain things. This isn't a dense downtown lifestyle. It isn't walk downstairs and choose between 6 cafes. It's more car dependent. Roads can feel wooded and rural. Some homes may be on wells and septic systems. Some lake communities may have association rules or fees. Some properties may feel private but require more maintenance. And depending on your exact address, your daily rhythm may point toward Peekskill, Cold Spring, Yorktown, Mahopac, Carmel, or the Taconic. When I'm helping someone evaluate Putnam Valley, I'd want to know, where do you commute? Do you need train access? How often do you eat out? Do you want lake access or just lake proximity? Are you comfortable with a more wooded setting? Do you want privacy or do you want neighborhood energy? Do you understand the property systems? Well, septic, heat, drainage, driveway, and maintenance. Again, no legal, tax, or engineering advice here, just the right questions to ask before you fall in love with the view. Putnam Valley is a great fit for people who value nature and quiet, as long as the day-to-day logistics match your lifestyle. So if you're looking at a coming soon listing here, don't just look at the house, look at the radius around it. That's really the story of Putnam Valley. It's lakes, trails, quiet roads, Fahnestock, Cold Spring nearby, Peekskill nearby, Yorktown and Mahopac for convenience, and a lifestyle that feels tucked away without being disconnected. If you want a custom plan for buying or selling in Putnam, Westchester, or Dutchess, use the link in the description to book a consult.